This video was brought to you by Asia The Amazing Outdoors. Located in Woodridge, New York, you can enjoy the amazing outdoors in the Catskills. There's camping, ATV rentals, ATV riding lessons, guided ATV tours, and much more. Give them a follow on Instagram and shoot them a DM for inquiry. Or you can email them at asianewyork@gmail.com.
Yo, what is good, YouTubes? It's your boy Ray, and this is the Everyday City Carry. Tonight, I have got a special guest. I'm talking about a master, bro, of wielding and creating Hawaiian and Polynesian weapons, in my opinion. He's the only one that I met, but he's a master to me. I met him in the Hawaii knife meetup, and it was really cool. He couldn't stay that long, and I wanted to talk to him a little bit more, actually, so I had him as a guest on the pod. Welcome, Koa Studio.
Hey, aloha.
Hey, how's it going, man? I was really impressed with your stuff on Instagram. That actually, when I saw you post in the Hawaii knife meetup group chat, I clicked, because I clicked on everyone, right, to see what they're doing, and I was like, yo, this guy makes this stuff. I gotta invite him on, and I try to really egg you on to come the next day.
Well, you know, some people are shy, yeah. But I appreciate the compliments, but you know, when you're, I guess when I'm competing and I'm the only competitor, one of one, I'll take the lead.
No, I really like your stuff, man, because I'm very interested in that. And you know, Kelly and I, my wife and I, were just, of course, like shopping like crazy during our whole stay in Hawaii. So we saw a lot of like Koa wood stuff, got really interested in you know, these types of things. And once I saw your Instagram, I was like, people are gonna love this guy. This is amazing.
I appreciate it.
So how did you get started in crafting these Hawaiian and Polynesian weapons?
Yeah, so I grew up mostly in Hawaii. I wasn't actually born in Hawaii, but my mom moved there when we were little, moved back and forth, and then I ended up growing up mostly there. And I ended up, long story short, working for a carver. He actually was a chainsaw carver.
Wow.
But he did all kinds of stuff. Very talented man. And I helped him. I ended up working for him, and after about, I don't know, maybe like 4 to 6 months of working for him, doing not related to weapons, just other type of craft type stuff, he asked me if I like work a little bit, you know, for him, and it was for making weapons. So the very first weapon that I helped him make was called a leo mano. Leo mano is this style weapon here.
Oh shit.
So the leo mano means you know a lei, like you go to Hawaii and you get a lei, yeah. So a leo mano is a lei, a shark's lei. So mano means shark. So it's the first style of weapon that he helped me make, and when I first started making it, he would kind of draw out the designs. He would rough cut it out, and I would kind of just do like the sanding and, you know, boring work. And you know, I got a little bit better and better over time. And then the first full-size weapon that I helped him make was a large leo mano. I've actually made one of those now. It's been a dream of mine to make one for a long time. But it's a really big piece. I don't have one at my house, otherwise I'd show you that one too.
Wow.
But it looks like this, but it's like that long.
Wow.
And the center is hollow.
Whoa.
And so we made that for, there was a guy that was retiring, and all the, at the time I worked at in Hawaii, the PCC, Polynesian Cultural Center.
Yeah.
And so that was a gift for, I think the president was retiring at the time, so our department was making a gift, and we made that weapon.
Wow.
But that one was really memorable for me, just because it was like the first weapon that I did almost the whole thing. He helped me cut out the center section. He used his chainsaw and he cut out the center section, but then I did like everything else. Well, everything up to lashing the teeth. His daughters lashed in the teeth and finished that part off. But it was kind of the first time that he felt a little bit more comfortable with me doing more of the process. And so I just remember that moment, because I was kind of excited and terrified at the same time, because it wasn't like small piece for some random person. It was
Yeah.
the gift that our department's giving for the guy that's retiring.
That's crazy. I mean, that's amazing, man. That's kind of like, training under some master blacksmith or something, and then finally getting to create your own thing. But in this case, it's like wood and stuff. Um, what's like your most favorite piece that you've ever made, even if you don't have it right now? If you had to choose one, right?
So
Like, what was it?
So all the pieces I have right now, minus 2 of them, so 4 of the pieces, sorry, are in my list of top favorite.
Wow.
The list kind of rotates depending on the day. But I'd say the piece that the piece that represents my art the most, that's in that top list, is this piece here. So this is a monster piece.
Whoa.
So I don't know if I can see closer. So the full size is about 3 feet long. And you can kind of see, so these here, that's megalodon fossils, like actual real megalodon fossils. And then this is modern bull shark teeth. And then you have white and black pearl inlay on that side. And then that's mirrored on this side. So the reason why this piece is usually my favorite, but always in the top, but I think it represents me the most, is where I learned and how I started doing this was pretty much exclusively just Hawaiian materials, using koa wood. So koa wood is a hardwood endemic to Hawaii. Guitar, people that like guitars and ukuleles and stuff like that,
Yep.
they're familiar with koa because it's used oftentimes for really expensive, fancy, acoustic stuff. So part of the reason why it's so expensive is it only grows in one place, so it's an endemic to Hawaii. Now, traditionally, Hawaiians would use koa wood for like outrigger canoes.
Mm-hmm.
So koa wood it's a really dense hardwood, but it splits, and so they like split it in half, and they would use the center for canoes, the denser, harder sections for canoes, and then the outer sections they would use for like weapons and hand tools. So like something like this would be like a traditional knife.
Wow.
So, but the reason why, so I've stuck with koa ever since. It's not the only Hawaiian hardwood. There's lots of beautiful Hawaiian hardwoods, lots of beautiful woods that are used for different things. I stuck with it just because, one, I like the culture behind, I like the history behind koa. So in Hawaiian warriors, there's also an elite group of warriors known as koa warriors. And the name is kind of synonymous with the wood.
Okay.
It's the wood that they would use, that they'd implement going into battle. So in traditional Hawaiian battle, not all soldiers would carry a weapon like this. It would mainly be like more elite soldiers. Once they got into hand-to-hand combat, most of the soldiers would have stuff like clubs or slings or long spears, like 14, 15-foot spears.
Damn.
And that's what they would use. So the more elite troops would use like the shark tooth weapons and stuff like that, because it's really meant for like up close and personal, like straight combat.
Yeah.
So that's why I stuck with koa. Is I love the history behind it. I love the meaning. It's the wood that I started with when I started working, and so for me, it's kind of my favorite wood. And then the other part is because I grew up mostly in Hawaii, and I trained in Hawaii to make this stuff, and then I just my experiences, I kind of like having the Hawaiian influence wrapped up in the work that I do. And so that's why I like this piece, is because the actual design for this piece is the macuaro, which is the Aztec and Mayan weapon.
Ooh.
So you probably have seen it before. It has like the obsidian blades that are on the sides.
Mm-hmm.
I think, what's that one group? There's that famous YouTube blacksmith group. I can't think of their names.
I can't think of the name.
But, like, well, anyway, they made one. It's a pretty famous weapon. So the overall design is inspired from the Aztec and Mayan macuaro. And the reason why I wanted to make this piece was because on my mom's side, we have Mesoamerican genealogy that dates back to Mayan.
Cool.
And so I wanted to mix the Mayan greatsword, which is really what it is, with the Hawaiian influence. And so I have, it's like a leomano, as a shark's lei, but with the macuaro, and then Hawaiian designs on the inlay made out of koa wood rather than, a native wood of Mesoamerica.
That's amazing.
So this is actually the second one I've made.
Oh, man.
The first one I made, I ended up giving away on a raffle.
Wow, what a lucky person that was.
Well, it wasn't a free raffle. It was,
okay. Yeah.
They still got a good deal on it. It was kind of an unfortunate. So this one here I actually made for someone, and then they kind of ditched out on me, so I kept it.
That's how long did it take you to make that one?
Quite a while. It just, you can't tell, but so megalodon teeth, the root is really thick, and so just getting it the right size and getting everything, it probably took start to finish. I mean, it took probably a month and a half, but it wasn't like a month and a half all day every day. I was, I'm working on other things as well. So I'd say total time maybe like 2.5, 3 weeks to get this piece finished. The other piece, I actually tested.
Yeah, I think I saw a video of that.
Yeah, so I tested it on a rack of ribs. That was neat. That was so much fun.
That's awesome.
I won't test this one.
Keep it, man.
Because I don't want to have to fix it. So I test most of my pieces, and sometimes I break them, and my wife gets mad at me. But I fix them. But
yeah, I can see how the wife would be pretty mad about that. I think Kelly, if I was doing anything like that, she'd be like, "What are you doing, man?" Do you make non-weapon pieces?
Good question. I have, yeah, but that's kind of outside of my wheelhouse. I pretty much exclusively make mostly Hawaiian style weapons and then some other Polynesian. So I've made some Tongan, I've made a couple Samoan. So this piece here is a mix between Hawaiian and Samoan.
Wow, that's sick.
The Samoan nifo'oti. Now the traditional nifo'oti is a little bit different. Well, it's a lot different. It doesn't have shark teeth for one. It's if it is made out of wood, usually you'll have teeth carved into it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also one of the only Polynesian weapons that started to introduce metal. So the nifo'oti. So have you seen like fire knife competitions, like where they spin?
Yeah.
So that's the nifo'oti. That blade. But then usually the back end has a hook. So this is a mixed combination piece, Hawaiian, Samoan.
That looks so cool.
But non-weapons, what have I made non-weapons? I made a cane, custom cane. I did make an urn, but that was for a family member. Pretty much just weapons. I like weapons.
So you're located where now?
So I'm from Oahu originally, but I stay in Texas now.
What's better, Hawaii or Texas? That is one of the questions actually that I have listed here.
I'm not picky. I have a family, and it just ended up a better place for me to take care of my family.
Yeah.
I'd say the biggest things I miss in Hawaii are the waves.
Yeah, because you surf, right?
Yeah, bodyboard.
Mm-hmm.
So I miss the waves, but I'm kind of an inside person, so the hikes are cool, but I don't need them. So just the waves and the weather, and I'm good.
How are you an inside person when you grew up in Hawaii?
Oh, I don't know. I used to have a good friend. Him and I, we'd go like our weekend routine. We'd go beach and then come back home and play games.
Oh yeah, like what kind of games do you play? Like what kind of video games do you play?
I play some games now, but I mean, I don't play nearly as many games as I used to. Yeah, because
What do you play now, though?
Oh, you're probably gonna laugh.
No, tell me.
So I play. So you probably know. You know the game League of Legends.
Oh, dude, I love League of Legends, but I'm not good at it. I'm terrible at it.
So I started playing League back in season 1.
Wow.
But just straight up fun. Like I didn't care about nothing, just like goofing and having fun. And I did that. And so I did play ranked a little bit, but I think right now I'm like gold 2 or gold 1. I don't know.
You ever play Dota or anything like that?
No. I kind of only have enough time in my daily schedule to like play one game. And
so you just play League?
Right now, pretty much. I just don't have time to pick up a new game.
That's amazing.
And I don't even play League that much. I play maybe, I don't know, a couple games a week. I used to play, oh man, I used to smash that. I used to play like
all night, right?
Oh, yeah.
I have a crazy story about League, actually. So I have a buddy of mine who works at a pretty big company in Hollywood right now called Skydance. And they make movies. They made Gemini Man, the new Terminator. They make a lot of stuff. Altered Carbon on Netflix. Like they do shows, a lot of stuff. Okay, but this guy, one of the first companies that he started working for, and this is a dude that when I knew him when he lived in Jersey, when he was on the East Coast, this dude had a lot of money already. Okay, and he tells his wife, "I'm gonna quit my job so I can start working in the gaming industry from scratch, no hookups, no nothing." Moves to the East Coast, and guess which company he started working for when they were still very small? Riot Games.
Riot?
Yeah. So I was DJing at the time, and I guess he got to a pretty good VP of marketing or position. He was a pretty big guy. And he gets me a gig to DJ their after party at PAX East Boston. But what he didn't tell me, because PAX East is a gaming convention, right? What he didn't tell me, because he told me to go to the Riot Games booth in PAX East. So I go there. I played League, but I'm not great at it. What he didn't tell me was I was going to be playing League of Legends in front of like 200 people. Like an esports thing. And dude, one of the best moments of me playing League of Legends was winning the game for my team. And it was random. What is the it's called Aram, right? Like when you randomly pick the stuff, the characters. Yeah. So I got a Mumu randomly, the mummy guy, right? And I kind of know how to use him, but not really. And we were down, but then I did the ultimate and I killed like 3 people and I won the game. So like I really, really always remember that experience with League of Legends. I've always liked the game, but I'm just terrible at it, bro. Like these guys are so good now. Terrible at it. That's funny that you play that.
So I actually applied for them.
You did?
Yeah, let's see, back in 2014. Which would have been what, season like 2 or 3?
Yeah.
So so working at PCC, other jobs, I have just a lot of experience with events. Not like, being the person up front, the MC and stuff like that, but setting up the event, dealing with people, organizing. And so, I started playing League, and their competitive scene and global events were just barely picking up at that time. And so I applied for a marketing position. I might even spoke to that guy. So how their application process works, or at least it did back in the day, is you send in an app, and you may or may not get a response back. If you do, you get a phone interview. If that person likes you, you get another phone interview. If that person likes you, you potentially get another one. And then if you pass all the phone interviews, they invite you to their headquarters, and that's kind of like the last step where you meet everyone, and if they like you in person, you get the job. And so I spoke to the first person, and they're like, okay, well, you don't really match what we have, but I kind of was telling them like what I was actually interested in, and they're like, oh, well, I'll pass you to someone over there and see if they have interest. And so I spoke to someone over there, and that went well, and spoke to the next person, and that went well, and then I got an email that said, hey, we're going to invite you to the headquarters.
Wow.
And so I got super stoked. Yeah, so I just got married. And I was like, all right, so this is plan A is I get a job at Riot and we move to California.
Yeah.
because my wife was graduating soon, and you know, I had to make it. You know, we had to do something.
Yeah.
And then like, but it was right in the middle of Worlds, and so no one had time to like meet. And so like, hey, we're gonna hold off the meeting. You know, hold off you coming down. And like a month and a half later, I get a final phone call. And I don't remember who it was. It was probably someone important, and I should have known who it was, which is probably why it didn't work out. But I get a final phone call, and then after that, I got an email, thanks, but no thanks.
Damn.
I was like, oh, so close, so close.
So close, man.
But
Yeah,
it worked out. You know, we moved to Texas. Plan B, my brother was in Texas, and he's like, hey, man, if that doesn't work out, move to Texas, and, you know, there's something. You'll figure it out. And so that's what Plan B was, Texas, and we've been here ever since.
So what is your main gig? Like, is it making weapons or is it other stuff?
So I would love to only make weapons, but you know, I have a wife and 4 kids. And,
yeah, you got bills though.
You know, they like to eat.
They like to eat.
So one of the things that's kind of my style. So there's a few different artists. There's some really unbelievably talented artists that make Hawaiian style weapons, but there's not many. There's not a lot of people that make them, and most of the weapons that you buy, like when you go online, are kind of simpler, more simple. I don't know. And so my style is I really like the refined, like nice, pretty look.
Yeah.
I still test them on stuff and make sure they work, but you know, I kind of like but because of that, you know, it's more, the wood's more expensive, the materials are harder to get. You know, I don't buy teeth from random people because of fishing and stuff like that. So I slowly collect stuff from like divers, and you know, it just takes forever to get stuff, and so they're more expensive pieces to make, and so they just don't, you know, I don't sell very many. If I had my like perfect world, so you know, I have a small kind YouTube channel.
Yeah.
In my perfect world, that would be just big enough that it could support my art, and I'd probably just like free raffle just about every piece.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it could totally happen. You know,
I would love to do that, because a lot of the people that tend to, you know, really like the art are locals, and Hawaii's expensive, and so
yeah.
I mean, I'd love to be able to just like raffle it off and people don't have to worry about it, but you know, I can't afford to do it for free as of today.
Yeah.
So pretty much it just pays for itself barely. So
is Hawaii more expensive than Texas?
Dude, Hawaii is so expensive that when we moved here, like I would ask people like, hey, how do you like it? And they're like, oh, it's, you know, it's all right here, but man, it's so expensive. My wife was coming home like every day like, oh, it's so cheap here.
Damn. Yeah, I felt that when I was in Hawaii, the prices weren't that different from New York City. New York City is really expensive, and it's like about the same. So we were kind of like, we were used to it, but you know, of course, like it felt better because we're in like a tropical place and not this. You know what I mean? Like they're crazy people on my train like every day. So
yeah, it's expensive. Like the house I have now is not a big house. I mean, the first house I bought was 1,000 square foot.
Yeah.
In Texas. You know, we had to move out of that because our family grew. But that same house in Hawaii would be like easy $900K.
Wow.
And that's not even a nice house. That's like, you know, a shed with a leaking roof.
Yeah, that's kind of like here. My apartment is like less than 400 square feet. It's so small. It's small, dude. We pay like, I mean, you know, considering what New York City rent is, to be able to pay $1,000 for an apartment with 2 rooms is unheard of. Okay, because normally here a place like this, if we were to leave right now, right? If we were to leave tomorrow and move somewhere else, this place will be listed much higher. It'll be like 2,000. It's insane. Yeah, so we're kind of holding on to it until we are ready to leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of a sad thing. A lot of locals in Hawaii end up not being able to get houses because they can't afford it.
You just rent like forever, right?
Multi-generational houses.
No, I mean like, you know, you end up just renting forever and never own a home?
Well, a lot of locals, it's like your parents, your grandparents, all your brothers and sisters, like everyone shares like a house.
Yeah.
So you have a multi-generational house. It's not even like renting forever. It's just you can't afford. They might own that house, and so they might do renovations on it. You know, add a room, add a story, but you know they can't leave the house to buy a new house unless they have, you know, a bunch of people they can go in with it, just because it's so expensive.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Yeah, I got housing is just ridiculous in Hawaii. So anyways, that's why we left. My mom still stays in Hawaii, so my choices were move in with my mom,
Yeah.
which my wife wasn't super down for, you know.
Dude, I'm actually gonna freaking do that. Kelly and I, our plan is, and I talked to my mom about this already. Said, listen, we're gonna move back in. I'm gonna move back in with you, right? And she's like, fine. You want to save money? That's okay. She's like, it's okay, anak. You know, like she's totally cool with it. So we're probably gonna do that for a year and save a lot of money because we wouldn't pay rent, and then we would move in with Kelly's parents for a year.
Oh, okay,
You know,
okay.
yeah, make both sides happy, and then maybe move to Hawaii or something. Like Kelly is obsessed with Hawaii, man. She loves Hawaii so much that she's like,
It is one of my goals to make it back.
yeah.
So we would love to make it back, but and maybe that's the path. Maybe my mom would love it if we move back in with her.
What type of knives do you like that is not one of yours? Like an actual knife that you use?
Actually,
Do you have anything? Or can you?
actually, yeah, I do. So none of them on me at the moment.
Yeah. If you tell me what it is, like, is it a
I have-
specific brand
okay.
or?
So I have. Well, I showed you that one custom knife.
Yeah.
The pictures of it. That's in my. I can go grab it. It's in my house. But like regular knives that most people use. My two favorite knives. One of them isn't made anymore, so it's super expensive. I've lost it twice.
Oh,
If
wow.
I ever lose it again, I'm never buying it again because it's like $300 now. But it's it's made by Kershaw, but designed by Ken Onion,
Okay.
and it's the Spec Bump.
Spec bump?
Spec Bump. So they don't
All
make
right.
it. It's not making it a long time ago. It's
Hold
got
on.
like a
I'm
curve.
Googling it right now. Oh, I see it, dude. I found it.
So
I
that
found
and
it.
the black. I like the blackout.
Yes, I found it right now. I'm going to show you on screen right now.
This video was brought to you by A-List CBD and A-List Unlimited. Are you tired of looking through CBD products and not knowing what the heck is going on? What are these products even? Do you hate going to smoke shops and people there don't even know what they're selling? Come through to A-List CBD and A-List Unlimited. We actually test the products ourselves, that way we can give you an accurate description of how it works and how these products will make you feel. We carry trusted and proven brands like CBDMD and 7th Hill CBD, as well as other smaller brands that we like and trust. Give us a follow on Instagram for updates on restocks, new inventory, and sales. We also ship to all 50 states with priority shipping. Just send us a message on Instagram.
So that,
Hold on, let me show you right now. I got to share it and okay, is it this?
yes. So that knife is just. It's kind of a big knife.
Yeah.
I think it's what, 1 3/4 inch blade, if I
I'm
remember
trying to look
correctly,
at the
or 5
specs. They're not telling me anything about the specs of it.
It's kind of a big blade. It's a good steel, but it uses the speed safe
Yep.
technology. That was when they first came out with this. It was like
Yeah,
the first
yeah.
knife that had the speed safe.
Mm-hmm.
It's open and just super clean. But then it locks on the backside, so it doesn't have the thumb, the spring lock
Yeah.
in the front. So I like that because I've actually on folding knives, I've accidentally closed them before with the leaf, and so I like that it locked on the back. It's just and it fits good in the hand. It's got good weight, so I love that knife. But they don't make it anymore. And so if you want to go buy one, it's like every year, like every couple of years, the price on them goes up like $50 because it's the same, knives being moved around from hand to hand.
Right, right. Do you like fixed blades, right?
I do like fixed blades. I like custom fixed blades.
I have a custom fixed blade right now, and I want to show you and see if you like it. This was given to me. I'm not a big fixed blade guy. But hold on, let me share this on stream, and so you could see this thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is this guy right here.
Is that a style?
Hold on, I'm gonna lower it. Okay, there we go. This is from a company called Oloni Knives. This is the leather sheath right here, and this is this right here.
This is a Tanto.
Yeah. Here is the scales. I don't know what it is. I think it's coconut, dude. Or something. I don't know. But I really like this color combination. You
Yeah,
got
the
full
contrast.
tang. Yeah, it's nice. And the guy like fucking sold it to me for like $100, bro. I was like, what?
That's a beefy knife, man.
Yeah, I keep it by Kelly's side of the bed in case we're getting robbed. And I have another fixed blade on my side, like a more crude, like machete type one. But this is, you know, for her. Like I was like, look, if something happens, just grab this. It's like on her side of the bed because you know we're in New York. You never know what's gonna happen, dude. Hold on, let me hide this from stream here. And is there any makers or designers that you look up to?
Makers of knives or just in general?
Like anything that we can look up right now and show the audience. We have the ability, man. Technology is on our side today, and we can show people what you're talking about.
It's true. Yeah. So because I'm into woodworking, you know, I tend to lean towards that. But
Sure.
I do love like metalworking and blacksmithing.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a guy, I like his YouTube videos because he just goes through the whole process. But Kyle Royer.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go on YouTube right now. Actually,
I think
Kyle
Royer. He makes custom knives, and they're just like, dude.
All right,
Like,
I'm gonna look at it right now.
It's got to be in the thousands.
Oh, I found him, bro. I found him, bro. Oh, damn, this stuff looks sick. All right, we're gonna share it right now. Give me 1 second. Share that. Boom, boom, boom. So this guy, right?
Yeah. he makes some like unbelievable. So he's a what is it? ABS Master Smith.
Yeah.
Dude, he makes just unbelievable custom.
Hey guys, Dad.
Wow.
So that's that was like a super short one that he made. Check out some of his like
Which
older
one?
videos.
Okay,
So,
I'm
like,
gonna keep going down.
Right there, the Damascus steel.
This?
That one, the one below it. So he does like full gold inlay.
Jeez, this gotta be like 15 grand or something.
Yeah, dude, he makes ridiculous knives. Like they're awesome. So I really like him for two reasons. Well, three. One, obviously his work is beautiful. Two, I like artists that don't try to hide their work. There's a little bit of secret sauce to what you do, but I really like the share of knowledge. And so he shows like pretty much the whole process and explains what he's doing and like why he did it the way he did it. And so
that's amazing.
So I love that type of workflow, you know, where artists are happy to, you know, share that knowledge. And then the third reason is notice his workshop.
Mm-hmm.
This guy works out of his garage. Now he's got some good tools, but so one of the things that I try to do with my art is, I'm not against tools. I would love to have a nice drill press and lathe and all kinds of stuff. I just, you know, those cost money.
Yeah.
But one thing that I like doing though is I like kind of keeping it simple so that, you know, anyone you don't need all kinds of fancy stuff to create.
Yeah.
You know, you can do it in your garage. And so I really like his stuff. And it's just beautiful. I'm
a fan of the videos, actually. This is good YouTube content right here.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
this is amazing. I wonder if he has a guy. He probably has a guy, right?
You know, I think his brother started helping him.
Yeah, because this is.
So you look at his older videos, and it's just him like moving his camera around.
Yeah. I mean,
so there's another.
Definitely talented. Holy crap! Dude. What the heck, bro? Hold
dude.
On, did he show it? What it looks
like?
Like?
So most of his builds are like multi-video builds.
Bro, what is happening right now? Wow, this guy is really talented.
Oh yeah, yeah. So he only comes out with a video like once every like 3 weeks. So it's not like every day you can binge watch, but
That's pretty good for this much, like for this style of content where he's making something. You know, every 3 weeks is pretty good.
not too bad. So there's another guy.
Yeah, which guy? And this is like shorts content right here.
So Blacktail Studio,
Blacktail Studio. Let's look that
I
up.
think, is the guy.
Oh yeah, I found him already right here.
Let's see, is it
1.73 mil, bro?
Hey, this is
This is one of the big dogs.
He also makes awesome video. Actually, his style of videos are kind of an inspiration for what I started doing on mine.
Mm-hmm.
He's a woodworker. He does like slab work, so tables, river tables, stuff like that.
I love watching videos like that, by the way. Like people making tables. It's freaking awesome.
So he's like the last guy in that he explains everything, like his whole process. There isn't anything he keeps secret.
Wow.
Absolutely beautiful, gorgeous work. And his stuff is also super expensive.
Yeah, like what, like $20,000 tables or something?
He actually, when his clients allow him to, he actually posts the prices of like the stuff like in the video. So like some of the items are like anywhere from like 6 to 15 grand, depends on what it was and what they're doing. So he's pretty open with like a lot of the process flow that he does, but just beautiful work.
We're gonna get you here, bro. Look, he said he paid $1,275 for this piece of wood.
Oh no! So I've spent. I almost don't even want to. I don't even want to tell you what the most expensive piece of wood I've gotten is. I'll just say it's more than that.
Wow, that's crazy. I mean, dude, we want to get you to this point where you have this big, like, warehouse looking thing, and you're just cranking out Polynesian and Hawaiian, weapons. That's where we need to get you. I mean, that is the point of these podcasts, because I always tell people this, like, everyone should have a podcast, right? And you should all podcast with each other and talk to each other like how we're doing now. We're both having a good time, just talking, shooting the shit, talking about stuff that we're doing, because you never know who's going to blow up, right? Like, you just don't know. Like, it could be me, it could be you. And this episode is going to help, like, either of us if one of those things happen or if both of those things happen. So, it's just, you're just talking about your art and what you're into. And as a creator, whether you create content in video form, pictures, or what you do, which is, woodworking, creating weapons, things like that, or what these people are doing, it's like very easy to talk about that process with another person. You're excited about it. So, like, why not podcast about it?
Yeah.
Get some other people that do what you're doing, like, talk to them, and then maybe you come up with some stuff. I mean, you do YouTube already, so you already know, like, how it goes. You know what I mean?
I gotta, I'm not very. Let's just say I'm still working on it.
Wait, we're gonna look at your YouTube right now.
Oh,
no, I'm not gonna play audio and stuff. Don't worry about it. So, dude, it's good already. I actually, I forgot which one I watched, but like your family was in the beginning of it. And
yeah, like
you guys were like on the couch, and I'm like, yo, this dude is like silly. Like, I like this. You know what I mean?
The intros, most of my videos have intros. I got that.
Bro,
dude, negative.
No, bro, that is so awesome. You have no idea how freaking cool that is, yo. I'm gonna thumbs up that right now.
Oh, jeez.
No, but like, you have a personality, man, and you want that to show, as well as your creativity. And dude, like, this is really cool stuff. Everyone's 100%. Everyone who listens to this podcast is gonna start following you because they're gonna think this is really cool.
Well, that would. So, it's one thing that I learned working under the guy that I worked with is, and I'd say his name, I just don't know if he'd be comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Is there the better you get at something, the more you realize how much you don't know. And so I am just, to a certain extent, always nervous when I make something, especially when I ship something out to someone. Like, oh, are they really gonna like it? Do like, when you make something, you notice every little thing that you don't like.
Yes.
And so it's really humbling when people respond back positively and it's like, hey, this is awesome, or we like it. And so it's honestly 100% of the time, it's always a surprise. For me, it feels like a surprise. I have embedded fear that like one day I'll show like a piece of my work to the guy that trained me, and he'd be like, "Oh, that's junk." He wouldn't say that because he's an unbelievably humble and very, very, very good man. But in my mind, I'm thinking like, am I getting close to somewhere that he would be proud of? Am I representing what I'm trying to represent good enough? And so the more I grow and the more I challenge myself, it's never ending, but it is humbling when people do, when I see people subscribe or they leave comments, and so it makes me happy to see that they actually enjoy seeing this stuff. Hawaiian weapons and Polynesian weapons are not very well known. Yeah.
You know where I heard about them for the first time, where I started seeing these wooden style clubs and weapons, is on this show, Deadliest Warrior.
They did an episode with
yeah, and then like some of them like the Maori, the Aztecs, the Mayans and stuff, and they did some Hawaiian Polynesian stuff too. And that's where I saw it, and I was like, man, these things are so freaking cool. You know what I mean? So I really like that. Wait, what's that?
They almost look like fantasy.
Yeah, because look, my favorite game of all time, I would say, right, is, I'm going to show you the cover of it right now. The very first one, okay? And we're going to look at the cover together, and you're going to see a weapon in there, and it looks very, it's close. It's very close. Let's see if I can find it right now. Okay, give me one sec. Cover. Oh, here we go. Got it. I got it, dude. I got it right here. So this is my favorite game of all time. Any of the Monster Hunter series? And like, look at this blade, bro. It's made out of bones. It's got teeth sticking out of it. So it's no wonder like I like the stuff that you make, because the game, my favorite game, like has it. Look at this. Hold on, let's zoom in.
So you might like this.
Let me see.
So this is probably close to a Monster Hunter style piece.
Oh, that's so sick, dude. That is crazy.
This is a gunstock war club.
Yeah.
It's the design template. It's a Native American style.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of guys that I follow on Instagram that make these, and one of them made one with deer antlers. So these are whitetail antlers.
Wow.
I actually got this from my brother-in-law. So these these are actually from he got me these. But anyway, they actually did that. Usually it's made from like metal that they got from somewhere, but they actually use bone occasionally as well. And so, but my art is I like to mix stuff up, and so I've got little shark teeth.
That is wicked, bro. And what's that on the end there? Is that like abalone or something?
Yeah.
That's beautiful, man.
Inlay. Well, actually, no. This one's not inlay. This is inset.
Oh, so how thick is that piece? Like, it's just
this piece itself?
Yeah. No, I mean like the abalone.
Oh, it's abalone still shell, yeah, so it's not very thick. You can kind of see how it sticks out just a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's really the difference between inlay and inset. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So your inlay is flush, and an inset protrudes.
Dude, it's freaking cool.
The challenging difference between inlays versus insets is insets you do last. So like after everything is like ready, you put in the inset last, because you don't really because it protrudes, you don't want to detract from that.
Mhm.
But so that piece is pretty cool. One of my favorite pieces I made was for someone as a trident.
Yeah.
That had a inset that was made to look like a marlin. That was beautiful.
Is that on your Instagram?
That's on my Instagram.
All right, we're gonna show that right now too. That's
Actually,
really cool.
the artist that I got that from does absolutely beautiful work. So I would definitely check his stuff out too. I have him posted on there. You scroll down. Oh, good.
Wow, your page is awesome, dude. It's very clean.
So I used to only post finished pieces, but there's so much time in between finished pieces that I started posting, interval. But I still like to keep it mostly, the stuff that I work on.
Did I pass it? I don't think so, right?
Yeah, you haven't passed it yet. Not yet.
Damn, this is. I want to look at like all this. I'm sure everyone that's gonna be watching this is gonna go to your page and be like, "Yo, this guy's cool."
Oh, so there's me testing. There's me testing that piece. The
Look, you're Wolverine right here, bro.
Oh yeah. Hey, I'm still. You can't.
Let's watch you test this thing. Let's see what happens.
Oh, that was just me pushing it into it. The other video is me. I think me swinging it.
Oh, in this one?
That one, yeah.
Oh no! Don't break it, bro.
Nah, it doesn't break on this one.
Oh,
And that's ballistics gel.
Yeah. Wow, that's amazing. That could really do some damage.
Oh, yeah, it went in a good 1.5 inches.
Oh yeah.
So it was. Yeah, that would not feel good.
No, definitely not. Oh, and this is like a shot of a bunch of your stuff here.
Yeah, so some of those I don't have anymore, but at the time, those were all pieces that I had.
So they have like swords and stuff?
Yeah, so Marlin, usually the swords are made out of swordfish bill.
Wow.
There's no real record of swords ever being used, that style of sword ever being used like in battle. It's more like ceremonial.
Oh, got it.
I did test a couple of them, and I did break them.
That's hilarious. I'm trying to find this.
So one of the ones that I broke, though, I remade to be kind of like a katana, and so it actually comes apart.
Oh, I found the trident, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I found it. Yeah, that's crazy.
So I did test a little bit with that one. I stabbed it into the ballistics gel, and twirled it around like Aquaman.
Yo, this is Aquaman right here. Is that Jason Momoa right now?
Dude, he's like 6 inches taller and 10 times better looking, but
Dude, you're like pretty jacked. Do you work out a lot?
Not. I'm what do they call it?
You have good genetics or something?
Athletic. There we go.
Yeah, but like, do you actually?
I do. I work out usually twice a week.
Twice a week, and you're like that.
Well,
I work out every day, bro. I'm talking. I'm lifting weights every day, and I definitely got bigger, right? I got a lot bigger from what I used to look like, but I have to keep that up, or else like it doesn't.
I'm just an athletic, but I'm not big. I weigh anywhere. It floats. Yeah, every day your weight changes a bit. So I weigh anywhere between 165 and 170.
That's kind of I'm like 155 right now, and I'm trying to get to 185, and I'm 5'9".
How old are you?
Look, so this is I posted this transformation video that like really shocked a lot of people, because when I first started working out, like I was this skinny.
Oh.
Yeah, I was that skinny, and yeah, so you're gonna see actually pictures. That's from Hawaii. That's what, and this is now. So like I'm trying to do this thing as well, because I think fitness is really important, especially as you get older. Like I'm 41, so it's super important to me, bone density and stuff like that. But yeah, dude, I'm like, you're like, yeah, I work out twice a week. I'm like, what? I'm like, dude, I'm like lifting heavy weight like every day to just maintain what I look like.
I didn't start from nothing. Yeah, so I grew up super, always active, doing stuff.
Yeah,
I played football and wrestling and stuff like that, and then I was never big in it. When I was in high school, I was super small in high school.
Yeah, me
I was
too.
I was like 135, same height,
Mm.
So I was fast, but I couldn't punch through a line. So, I run until someone knocks me 15 yards the other way. But and then as I got older, I started rock climbing. I did that for a few years. That was a ton of fun. I did obviously bodyboarding, and then I started playing rugby with my older brother.
Yeah.
I started. I didn't actually start going to the gym until like I don't know, maybe 2-3 years ago.
Yeah. I just started working out last year, like literally. But
Yeah.
that's how drastic the transformation could be if you do it consistently. I was trying to show people because I've always been a skinny guy, and I wanted to look like a house, and I'm on my way to looking like a house. I think I need maybe 2 or 3 more years, but I just wanted to like promote that message kind of to like the EDC community, because a lot of us are like not in great shape, like I worry about like health too, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not like just an aesthetics thing, but like I feel really good up here, like mentally as well as physically, since I started working out.
My biggest thing is my dad was pretty healthy, so
Yeah.
growing up, I mean my parents split when I was little, so I'd go back and forth. But
Yeah.
when I was with my dad, he is healthy, and so we'd wrestle and I could do stuff, and so that's my goal with my kids. Is I don't want to be sitting on the couch out of breath because I walk to the kitchen.
I feel you on that, and I might have kids soon, dude. My wife just took out her IUD, so it's like it's there.
Oh.
Yeah, she's like, we're gonna have them, and I'm like, I'm so scared. What's it like, man? How many kids do you have right now?
I have 4.
What? How old are they?
So I'm I'm a little younger than you. I'm 30. Wait, how old am I? I almost said 35. That's not right. I'm 30. Hold on. I think I'm. I don't want. I'm 33 or 34. I'd have to do the math. In that range. So I'm. You're a little bit older than me, so there's differences there, right? When it comes to like, recovery and workout and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
So I had my kids pretty young. My oldest is turning 8. After that, my second oldest is 6, and then 4, and then 2. So they're all like a year and a half to 2 years apart.
Good ranges, good age ranges, though.
Yeah, pretty much right, almost back to back. Because my wife wanted to have a whole bunch of kids all at once, so that by the time she was in her 30s,
yeah,
mostly done.
Yeah.
I used to have I have a big family. I have 5 brothers, 2 sisters.
Yeah.
And I used to think that, I'm going to have lots of kids. And then I got married, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, this is mostly your choice. So after our first one, every kid is just like, I'm with you. You tell we want to go another one?
It's good to have kids that are close together in age, though. It's like I have 3 siblings, and we're all boys, and we're all pretty close in age. Like I'm the youngest, and I'm 41. My third oldest brother is 43, and then it jumps up a little bit to 47, and then 49. And it like really helped to have older siblings for me. You know what I mean?
You're the young one. You're the spoiled one.
Yeah.
I'm on the older side of the spectrum of my sibling.
Yeah. Dude, you want to see a crazy picture of like my brothers and me? I just found it right now. Look at this. Look at me, bro.
Nice.
That's me on the left. So this dude is 49. He's 47, and I'm here I'm younger, but I'm 41. So yeah, I mean it's good to have like siblings, man, for sure. Let's close off the show, and do you? So I'm gonna show you. I literally just googled like Koa wood weapons, and we're gonna look at some, and you're gonna tell me if. So we're gonna play a game called Sharp or Dull. Sharp meaning they're good, or dull meaning they're bad. Is that cool?
Oh,
do you not want to do that?
I don't. Unless it's like made by like mass produced. I don't.
It might be. I don't know.
I don't like digging into other people's work.
I mean, some things might be cool though, you know, and you'd be like, oh snap, you know what I mean?
how about I'm trying to think of a different way of doing this. I feel so bad.
Well, I'm gonna show you some stuff, and you know,
I'll take a look.
You don't have to badmouth it or anything. How about that? Okay, we're just gonna look at them, and we're just gonna talk about them. All right?
Okay.
Okay. You don't have to badmouth them. I just literally Googled Koa wood, like weapons, and is this one of them? Is this Koa?
So that looks like a katana.
Yes. So I don't think this is Koa though.
I mean, it could be. It's not all koa is curly, but it's kind of the grain. It doesn't quite look like koa.
No, it doesn't. So I got tricked here because I Googled it and I saw it and I just like put it in the list. So
you might
my bad on that.
you might look up. So
here I do actually have some stuff here though, like this thing.
If you Googled Polynesian weapons, you'd probably find more stuff.
How about this, dude? How about this right here? Is this good? I mean, this is a shark teeth sword, hand carved solid Koa wood, traditional Hawaiian weapon, oceanic card on weebtiki.com.
So I'm actually, I know the guy that makes those.
Yeah, there you go.
So that art style, they make some really good stuff.
Yeah,
their art style is very different than my art style when it comes to overall design and layout. So like on the left, if you scroll over, if I remember correctly, it's been a while since I've done it.
Okay.
On their yeah. So there should be
Polynesian artifacts or something, or
yeah, where it has just like all of their different weapons. Right there. Koa paddles, weapons, and clubs.
Okay, let's click on that.
Right there. So, and then you can scroll down there, and there's more variety of different stuff.
Yeah.
I've wanted to make a paddle for a long time. Paddles are hard to make. I don't have what I need to make one.
So this paddle, is it like actually used for rowing, or you use it to beat people up?
Both. So
wow.
So Hawaiians and Polynesians were cross-oceanic people.
Yeah.
They travel from like thousands of miles in the ocean. So traveling inter-island was nothing. And ancient Hawaii was a warring state. All the different islands fought against each other until King Kamehameha conquered them all and then unified all of the Hawaiian Islands into what became the Kingdom of Hawaii. But it wasn't on... Your oar was a common weapon. Like they get out of the canoe and you turn it around and you have a very powerful striking weapon. And so it was definitely used for both canoeing and fighting.
Wow, that's amazing, dude. These are freaking cool. So if we scroll all the way down, they'll probably have other stuff too, right?
Yeah, they should have like Leo Mono.
These things is crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So those would be more like probably ihe or short spears.
Mm-hmm.
So the short spear, the ihe, it's usually like 4 to 6 feet tall. It'd be used in close range combat. They didn't really throw it, although they did have like an underhand way of throwing it. Long spears, those are usually like 12, 14 feet long. So those are all leo mono, different styles of leo mono. So the same leo mono that I had going down. There's so that fish hook, there's a kind of a more generic style fish hook.
Yeah.
So this is probably my favorite fish hook I've made. Is this one?
Wow, dude, that is crazy. That is awesome.
White pearl inlay.
Damn.
Fish hooks were not really. That's more lore.
Yeah.
So talk about like monster weapons. Fish hooks weren't really used in battle, but yeah. So his style is just very different than mine.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't know if I could say like, oh, that sucks.
Is he like your boy or something, or?
No, I just. I mean, I've seen art that people have made that I'm like, oh, I don't know about that. but I can't. I have a hard
You're a
time.
nice guy, man. I think a lot of people are gonna just understand that you're just a nice guy and you don't want to do
Well,
that.
everyone starts somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
And
Yeah, true.
so, you know, maybe what I make is good today, but it probably sucked, 10 years ago when I started.
Yeah. Is there any other thing on your table right now that you haven't showed that we could close on?
um,
Or anything else? Yeah, like something
so
cool.
everything. So I can just quickly grab them all. So the Maquado, which is this monster of a piece,
That's so crazy, dude.
and it is a
That is so
monster.
insane. That is definitely from Monster Hunter.
That is a monster. Actually, one of the videos that I made that in my intro is like a parody of Monster Hunter.
Oh shit. That is awesome. I didn't even know that you know what Monster Hunter was.
I
You
like
played
some
Monster Hunter?
No, but I know of it. I
Yeah.
play games.
Yeah, because it's basically you're a hunter and you harvest these parts, and then you make weapons and armor out of it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah, my younger brother used to play, so that's how I found out about that one.
that's awesome.
This is the Pahoa, or
Wow.
dagger. I'm actually. Oh, we can end on this.
Okay, cool.
So this is a Pahoa that I'm making. It's a small Pahoa. It's a shark tooth Pahoa.
That's nice.
So, what's different about this Pahoa is I've always wanted to make this Hawaiian style knife that someone could like everyday carry. So how do you make this so that you could just carry it on your side and cruise with it?
Oh snap!
So this, if you notice, I actually have
A lanyard.
the brass lanyard there. And then what I'm going to be doing, so this is a sneak peek. You get a sneak peek on my upcoming video.
Amazing.
So I'm actually going to be making a sheath out of koa.
Oh wow!
So it's going to be a hard sheath.
Wow.
And the design of it is such. So I spent some thought on the design. So the design, you can kind of tell there. You see how it tapers like a normal knife?
Yeah.
But then on the top it gets thick again.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why I made that taper so vast, so that contrast so hard, is so that when I make my sheath, it will hit against that, so that the teeth never hit the bottom.
Damn.
Because that's one. There we go. So that's one of the
Yeah.
concerns, right? I didn't want the teeth to scrape against the bottom.
Yes.
As long as I make it so that when it slides in, it rests on that, it never touches.
Wow.
So my goal with this is an everyday carry Hawaiian pahoa.
That's so sick, dude. You heard it here first, guys. Follow Koa Studio on YouTube as well as Instagram. I'm going to drop the links in the description. It's a pleasure talking to you, buddy. Thank you for giving the time tonight.
Yeah, shoot. Thank you for inviting me. This is awesome.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to try to, like I said during the Hawaii Knife Meetup, which I didn't edit the video, by the way, because the audio wasn't that good. I didn't direct my wife to shoot enough B-roll. It was just all static shots. And I'm like, I can't release this. So, actually, it's funny because I just had Hawaii knifing gear on last week. And then I have you this week. And then the week after, I'm having 2G Flicks on, which is the other guy that was with me. So it's like, that's how I make amends, for not putting up the video. But thank you so much for doing this, man. If there's ever anything that you want to promote on the show, you can totally do that. Just hit me up on Instagram. The floor is open to you whenever you want. And as I said before, everyone, please follow Koa Studio and his adventures into woodworking these crazy weapons. This is your boy Ray and Koa Studio, and this is the Everyday City Carry saying peace. This video is brought to you by the Beautiful Leather Goods by Andar. All products are 100% full grain leather. Orders over $35 get free shipping automatically. You get free exchanges and a 90-day return policy. Maybe you want to pick up the Apollo. Or if you're like me and you want to go super minimal and slim, you'll probably check out the Monarch. Andar wallets have this cool, unique pull tab. They go like this, getting your cards out. That allows quick access to your cards. Head over to andar.com and use promo code EDCC to get 15% off your entire order. Yo, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that bell icon so we can squad up in the comments.